If you're looking for a boost in power for your Silverado, we're going to be looking at a cold air intake by Airaid. If you're looking to get rid of that ugly airbox on your truck, today we're going to be looking at the Airaid MXP cold air intake. It comes with a washable, high-flow air filter, the piping made out of polyethylene so it's strong and durable for heat and temperatures, all the couplers to mount it up. It has factory fittings to mount back on the valve cover to let the oil vapors go back in the intake, all the hoses, seals, and hose clamps. This will fit your 2014 to 2015 Chevy or GMC truck with a 5.3 LS. So let's get installed on our Chevy truck here. To start the process of making this LS breathe a lot better, we're going to start removing this air intake. All you need for the tool is one flat blade screwdriver. We're going to start by removing this sensor. Loosen the hose clamp by the sensor. Now let's move on to the throttle body. Loosen the hose clamp on the throttle body. Now before we remove the air box, we have to remove these two valve cover breathers. All you do is you just push up on the clip and it'll slide right off. This is the same process on the driver's side, but this time you're just going to push down on the clip. It'll slide right off. Now that you make sure that everything's disconnected, all you do is grab the intake, pull towards you, and pull out. Now for the air box, all you have to do is remove the wire off the air box, pull up, and then I found that's easy. Just grab the inside of this intake and just pull up to remove it out of the clips. As I described in the beginning, Airaid supplies new valve cover breathers, so we have to remove the OEM ones. Just push the clip in, and it'll slide right off. Do the same thing on the passenger side. Push the clip in, struggle a little bit, and then get it off. All right, to start the installation process, we have to remove this sensor and put it into the new Airaid intake. All you need is a T15 Torx bit, and just loosen the bolts. 1, 2. Once you have those out, it just slides right out. Remember, when installing the new sensor, the arrow will point towards the throttle body. All right, once you've removed your airbox, we have to remove the airbox plate. There's 4 bolts that are 10 millimeters. Remember to keep the hardware. We'll be using it for the new airbox. Before we put the airbox back into place, we have to put the air filter adapter piece on. The bigger part goes in the inside of the airbox. Airaid supplies the hardware to mount the adapter on. It's a 4mm Allen key. Just line them up, thread them in. Don't go crazy tight because they are brass inserts. And just a light snug, and that's good enough. All right, to get the airbox in, you'll just have to do a little wiggling to get it in there. Remember, the adapter goes towards the throttle body, and then you'll feel it pop in. Come on. There you go. Remember that hardware I told you to save? Now we're going to reinstall it into the new airbox. Now just snug them down. All right, now we have the 90-degree and the straight barb that go in the intake tube for the valve cover breathers. The 90-degree barb will go closer to the mass sensor, and the straight will go closer to the throttle body. Remember not to go crazy tight on these. It is plastic on plastic. You can strip them. All I do is I just tighten it till it's hand tight, and that's good. For the 90-degree, once you get it tight, it has to be pointed towards the mass sensor. Ta-da! Reinstall your sensor. Remember, arrow goes towards the throttle body. Put the supplied hardware in, then just snug them down. Install the throttle body coupler, then install your airbox coupler. This one will take a little bit, it's a little bit harder material. There we go. Put the supplied hose clamp on both couplers. And just slide. Slide them on. Now we can install our air intake tube. All right, now to install the air intake tube. We're gonna start with the airbox first. Get that into place. Wiggle it around. Once you have it into place, then slide it into the throttle body. And voila. Tighten down your clamps. I like to have my hose clamps all pointing in the right direction. Makes it look nice. Now tighten up the airbox clamps. Install the supplied OEM valve cover fittings. All you have to do is just slide it on and push on till it clicks. Do the same thing for the passenger side. Slide on, click on. The longer piece of hose is for the driver's side, and then the shorter one, it's for the passenger side. Just slide it onto the barb, and then slide it onto the intake. Repeat that same process on the passenger side. Slide it on, and then slide it on. Now the nice part about Airaid is they supply factory style hose clamps. So once you have your hoses nicely run where you want them, just slide the clamp on, and they just push in, and then all you do is you just give it a squeeze, and then it's tightened down. And then hide it. And just repeat the same process on all the rest of these hoses. Just squeeze, tighten down, and then hide it. Reconnect your mass airflow sensor. Just slide on until you hear the click, and then lock it down. Now let's move on to the air filter. Now before installing the air filter, you'll notice that the hole is offset. So we're gonna put the offset down. Then just tighten it down. For getting your air filter in, you might have to move this bracket out of the way. All I had to do is remove the bolt and then slide it out of the way. Now for the piece of resistance, the weather-tight seal. All you have to do is just push it into place. We're gonna start here in the front, and then work ourselves all the way around. All right, then just press firmly around the seal, make sure it's all in place. Then your installation is complete. This air intake looked really nice. It was really easy to install. Remember, when you change out your air filter, all you have to do is just wash it and clean it, and it's good to go. Give or take about 30 minutes of installation. For this Airaid intake and many other great parts, go to cjponyparts.com.